Now this one is going to take me out. Definitely is going to take me out because it was too close and I wasn't expecting this strong momentum coming all the way up here, right? And look at this, what happens next. Like it's coming almost there. It's showing still intention of going higher, showing intention, and hey guys, welcome back to another trade breakdown. This time we have USD JPY. In today's videos, I'm going to share with you an amazing trade I've taken last week. I've been holding that trade for a few days. Now it's closed and it has an amazing potential. You can already see on the screen over here. But before I go to that, I want you guys to understand that I'm doing this type of trade breakdown not because I want to show you how amazingly I catch these crazy risk to reward trades or whatsoever. The only reason I'm doing this trade breakdown is for you guys to learn based on the things that you are learning from my channel. So I do share a lot of tricks and tips about understanding the market, and if you're watching them, you can come back always to these videos to relate them and use these videos for your educational purposes. So everything that I say or share in the video, as I always say, it's educational purposes, and it's not financial advice or no so mean. And you guys can use this stuff to backtest for yourself as well. So this being said, let's start to the breakdown. So you can see on USD JPY what's going on over here. Like it has been going up since ages. Like I have no idea from probably it's been for a few months. It's going higher and higher. I had a very nice POY over here. It was a big zone, of course, from this time. But as I always say, and the way I say to my other video as well, you have to always understand what's going on in a higher time frame. And in a higher time frame, we had this amazing supply zone, or you can call it order block, or you can call it whatever you want it. And on the top of that, before the supply zone, we had an amazing massive imbalance. Now, if you guys have watched my video about the Forex market structure, the bias and everything, I say to you how important it is to see anything above 4-hour, daily and weekly. And in this case, we have an imbalance that is showing up on daily. Now, why this is important as an information is because institutions, they never play around with smaller time frames. They always aim for bigger time frames. And by this, it doesn't mean that a smaller time frame has no value or importance. It's just like if you wanna think like big boys, you have to understand where they're playing in, right? So in my case, it was a big time frame. So the point was here. However, I was also aware that most of the imbalances here has been filled. Now, all I have to do is look to the right-hand side and understanding what the price is doing and what type of confirmation is given to me. So I have to adapt to the circumstances, right? So going back to the zone, something that caught my eyes is the way price started coming towards this POY over here. So what is happening, right? If you guys have watched my level of retracement or the momentum videos, you guys can see that I explained in that video as well that when price start reaching out an important zone, it start always losing momentum. And when it start losing momentum, it start telling you something is going on over there. In this case, we can see that the buyers has been taking control for a very long time. And then when it started reaching this zone, price started pushing to the downside, stronger retracement, telling you that the intentions of the seller are coming into the market. Now, all you gotta do is just wait and try to see what's going on based on the price action. I'll show you a better example on GBP JPY because I had another trade there as well. Unfortunately, I hit a massive stop loss over there, like to my face, but it's fine, no problem at all, because then I've been able to get this one, and yeah. So what you can see over here is that price started consolidating. Now, I'm not saying consolidating over here, right? And then the reason why I was looking for selling this is because price failed to reach my POY. However, something interesting that I was doing is that price was starting building liquidity over here, right? You can see that. Now, price goes through that, takes out liquidity, and then what it does, it shows the intention of going to the downside. However, pay close attention because here is where you start understanding the narrative of the order flow. So what's going on from an order flow perspective is that if this is my, let's say if this one here is my proper liquidity grab and price wants to shift away from it, the minimum I want to see is this demand to get broken, right? This demand has to be broken in order for me to confirm that yes, we are having a shift from momentum because price has taken out liquidity. Price has given some false signal and now is ready to go to the downside. Despite the fact it didn't come to my POY, I know though that it has filled most of the daily imbalance that we've seen together to the left side. Cool. Now price comes here, and what happened is that I'm very surprised because honestly, when price came here, I was still looking for buy because I was like, okay, I still have space to the upside, so definitely I'm following the price action. However, once price reached this zone, look at the reaction we had. Like a massive one. It just broke through everything, even the demand that I was looking at earlier. Now, why this is important to me and how do I know that this is valid is because when this has taken liquidity to the left, price did mitigate here. However, there was more orders inside this wick, okay? So at least, usually I want to see at least the 50% to get filled. And what happened is that when price literally came back to that zone, it gave a strong reaction from there again. So at that moment, I was like, okay, I think liquidity has been taken, mitigation just happened. So there is liquidity over here as well, in case you're just wondering, right? And then liquidity taken, and then boom, it's dropping. So now, literally all I had to do, it was doing the same exact things that happened over here on this side as well. So I honestly was expecting price to see a little higher, which didn't happen. And then what happened is like, let me go a little bit lower. Okay, lower time frame so you guys can see that. Now, I was waiting for price to get a little higher. I had a POY over here, something very refined and nice and cool, but unfortunately it didn't happen. What happened is like, price came here, it gave me that, again, it's smaller time frame, pretty much did the same thing. It started consolidating, started ranging, and then during the night, it just broke through it, broke the structure, the order flow, and then I've taken the trade. Now, you might be wondering, why not this guy has such a big stop loss? Yeah, well, it's a big stop loss, but look at this. So that's a 8 pips, 8.5 pips, and then I have a wick here. Now, the reason why I have put my stop loss over here is because this time around here, it was like 10 o'clock, right? Usually is when market close and reopen again. So, you know, during the Asian session, and then price literally has like huge spreads, right? So it was a bit risky. However, the way I trade, I don't care about the timing. All I care about is what the market is telling me, the structure, and the price action, the order flow. So in this time, I wasn't sure whether to take this trade or not. So I was waiting for the right price action. And around 11:30, right, I've taken the trade, but I still kept the spread, the stop loss large, because I was worried, what if the spread doesn't go down, right? And I'm very surprised at around 11:30, it triggered my entry, and the spread was okay, so it wasn't that big, so it wasn't big of a deal, and that's it. So I left the trade like this, and then it went all the way down here. And what happened is that during the morning, I didn't go break even. So obviously, I took the trade, I went to sleep, I didn't go break even. When it came here, I was like, oh damn, it's probably going to take me out. Why is it going to take me out? Is because price came to this wick, right? But it failed to make a lower low. So you see how you can resemble this, like this scenario is the same way that happened over here, right? I was expecting a new high, but what price did? Price mitigated here, and then it broke to the downside. And I was like, okay, what if now it's doing the reverse mode just because you want to go higher? Why? Because it came here, it failed to break through, and then it broke to the other side again. However, look at very carefully. Those kind of things are very, very important. Guys, remember the size of the candle and the momentum. Look how price reacted when it tapped here. It just ran away all the way to the other side, breaking this level over here, right? But look at here. Yes, we did have a strong reaction, but the reaction wasn't strong enough because price eventually failed to make a new high, and then boom, it dropped again. So when it dropped over here, price, making a new low, and then I started seeing price coming back to the upside again, I was like, okay, I'm going break even because it's part of my risk management and the protocol, so I have to make sure that I protect my capital. And then what happened is like when I seen price reaching this level, I was like, oh boy, now this one is going to take me out. Definitely is going to take me out because it was too close, and I wasn't expecting this strong momentum coming all the way up here, right? And look at this, what happens next. Like it's coming almost there. It's showing still intention of going higher, showing intention, and then bam, it went down. And when it went down, it just started melting like there is no tomorrow. You guys can clearly see that. And then if we go back to the higher time frame, now I'll show you why exactly I've targeted over here, right? So why was this my target for? Oh, by the way, I'll be transparent over here. I did not held the whole volume to 1 to 30. What I did is like, I think around 1 to 15, yeah, probably around 1 to 15, I've taken partial out of the market because I was had like few losses, and I'll show you then later on JPY, but some other trade pairs as well, because you guys have to understand that when you're trading high risk to reward, your win rate is low, and hence means that you might gonna face few cases where you have several losses, which is absolutely fine because as far as you know how to handle risk management, then it's good to go. So I had to make sure that when I'm around 1 to 15, I take out good amount of of the money out of the table, and then the rest I just let it go all the way down here for a nice 1 to 30. And it actually had a way more potential, but honestly I was like, no, it's fine, I don't care, because I don't want to be greedy, because also I have a very, very specific risk management, and even when it comes to hitting my targets, right? So I had to stick to that. And this 1 to 30 was literally completing my weekly target. So I was like, okay, that's beautiful. Now you might be wondering why here. All right, simple as that, as I always explain on the videos as well. And you can see that when price starting losing momentum over here because the buyer are pushing the price down, and everything, you can say in one sense, like as I say always, every strategy works. You can say in one sense that here you might have a trend line with a lot of liquidity. So a lot of people will be like, oh, there's a target below the liquidity line, blah, 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 whatsoever. Or if you're trading supply demand, you can clearly see that every demand has been tapped. That means that every single order that were in this zone has been fully mitigated. All right, look at this, has been fully mitigated. Now, bam. Okay, this one, slightly bit, not much, but I don't even know if we had a strong reaction. Okay, we will see, whatever. And then, why particularly this one, not this one, this one? Because here, I also noticed that not only we did not have any sort of demand tapping it, but also we had a liquidity grab long ago without any mitigation properly. I don't count this as a mitigation. I want to see something deeper. Without having that, let's just price shoot all the way up to whatever you had to go, right? So I was like, okay, this point, that's where I'm going to. By the way, I want to see how the price reacts here because I'm not sure what actually happened. But anyway, overall, that was the target. And then if we press play, oh yeah, by the way, I forgot about this one. Now, when price came, oh, look at this. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I actually didn't even look at this now. I just did a decent live with you. But you see, when you understand the price, how it moves, the way you have a reaction, you can actually really understand even your targets. So yeah, that's literally, you can see price tap to it and gave a very beautiful reaction. Now, this being said though, look at this. I could have taken another entry over here because price broke through it. It mitigated. It came all the way to the top. It filled an imbalance and then boom, it started dropping again. But I did not take it because I was okay with that. So I didn't want to stress myself much. I was happy with whatever. And here we go. You can clearly see price tapped that zone. I think I held this for like a few days or whatsoever. And then, yeah, it just kept melting. I mean, obviously, it had a lot more potential. But as I said, I just followed my risk management. So I didn't want to be very aggressive or crazy on that. And I left it like this. All right. So that was cool. And now, actually still melting. So yeah, I see probably price coming somewhere in all these zones, in all these demands, previous demands left behind, but it's absolutely fine. Now, let me quickly show you the same thing that happened on GBP, JPY, but unfortunately, I couldn't take any trade on that and I got stopped out. However, the way the price structure formed was just beautiful. So check this out, right? This was the prime example of when I say how to understand the price action based on the intention of momentum and volume in the market, right? Check this out. JPY is just going higher like crazy. And then at one point, so first of all, let's go to a high time frame. Always look at the high time frame. A higher time frame is just nuts. It's just crazy. You don't even know what the hell is going on. Okay, higher time frame is literally we're reaching this extreme zone of supply, right? So let me put it on the right hand side. Beautiful, cool. Here we go. You can see price get to the level. Then we go to 4 hour, I think like even 1 hour, whatever. Okay, look at this. Same as USD-JPY, right? Look at the similarity. Price is just shooting like there's no tomorrow. Now it comes at this level and slowly start losing momentum. Look at this. Before getting to the PY, see how the buyers are reacting. The sellers are reacting back to the buyers. Look at this. Buy and then boom, up, boom, bam, boom, bam, bam. Strong reaction, and it keeps just doing it like this till I came here when price was inside my zone. I was like, oh, look at the beauty. The same exact things that we had with USD-JPY. Look at this. Beautiful build up of liquidity. Price takes that out, break of the order flow, showing a real intention of price going down. And then what I did, it was literally waiting for price to do the same exact thing in a smaller time frame. Price came all the way up here, and this time this one mitigated the fake out over here, and then I had a beautiful entry around the evening time. And again here I had stop loss like this because of the same thing as the USD-JPY. However, as you can see, I got taken out because this amazing pair, unfortunately, it came to the demand, it gave a strong reaction, it almost came back to where it left behind. And honestly, I was not expecting price to come all the way up here because I've taken this as a mitigation, right? Because you can see liquidity over here, takes out liquidity, mitigation, and then we drop. Now, unfortunately, it's part of the game. It is what it is. It's absolutely fine. I could have actually taken more trades somewhere around here, but at that point I couldn't bother anymore because I was like, okay, I'm inside the USD-JPY and I'm keeping it that because it just is okay the way it is. Okay, I was okay even as a target wise, right? So that's why it's very important that you understand when you have to stop yourself. Don't be greedy. Don't be like, oh, I want to take them all whatsoever, because I used to be like this, right? I was jumping on the shot. I'm like, okay, I'm taking them all. Okay, no, don't do that. Okay, it's just not right to do it. I've blown up so many accounts like this. Okay, and yeah, so as you can see, price just kept then dropping all the way down here. So now, why I've shared all of this with you, because more I do it, more you will see that everything is just so repetitive. And of course, there is a lot to it. It's like not that you're watching a video and you're like, oh, I'm learning how to use an order block. Bam, from tomorrow I'm entering on the order block. No, you have to know how to build the story. You have to know how to build a narrative, how to put everything together. Now, I don't go every morning and every prayer. I'm like, oh, look at this is moving like this is moving like, no, it just comes to me naturally, right? Because I've spent so much time behind the chart now. It's just like, when I'm like this, I'm like, okay, where's my point of interest? Is that, okay, what's going on? How is the price reaching there? Seems like here you got a turbo coming all the way up here, and then here starting losing momentum. Okay, that's it already telling me something. Now, what's next? What is the order flow is telling me? Do we have any strong supply coming to the market? No, it doesn't seem to be. But we have a very good response of supplier trying to overtake the buyers. And then at one point, I started also noticing certain patterns that fall according to my rules. And guess what? Oh, look at this. Build up of liquidity, taken out, shift order momentum, and whatsoever. Now, honestly, me, I don't rely that much on understanding equals, liquidity whatsoever. I'm purely based on order flow and price action because that's the one that gives me the most sense to me, right? Now, I added here liquidity with the stop on just to give an extra to add on a confirmation list. But me personally, I just wait for the order flow, like strong order flow. Like for example, look at the difference between these huge drops compared to all the drops from this zone, right? But here I used the same concept. Look at the way price was giving a reaction. Look at the way it is giving a reaction. And then this one was like the strongest one that even broke the order flow that I needed to happen, right? So regardless of having liquidity or no liquidity, you just always try to follow the order flow because that's where the big boys are. And you react to according to what they're showing to you. Sometimes it might play out like the way it play out in JPY. Some other times it might not play out like the way it happened to me on GBP, JPY. And some other place where I have taken losses as well. But overall, the week was great. I'm grateful for that and blessed for it. So I hope you guys obtained some value. And if yes, please subscribe, share, like the video. And I'll catch you to the next one. Stay safe.